Listen, honey, you can be kind, but don't be too kind. Because, see, you can try to spread yourself so thin and give yourself away to the wrong people, and they will take advantage of it. Spirit says you have been doing a little bit too much. You need to slow that down, okay? Do what you got to do in order to love yourself first. Because remember, it says love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you ain't loving yourself first, how you going to love them? How you gonna love anybody else? And Spirit says it's time for you to start loving yourself. Start showing yourself mercy. Give yourself grace, because that's what it is. In order for you to do that, see, some people might want you to, people will use you to the point to where they will want you to spread yourself thin for them. For you to spread yourself to the point to where you are only loving them. Yeah, and that ain't right. That's not the right order. The right order is that you love yourself. Give it to yourself first and then give it to them. You know how it is when you're on a plane, when you're in high altitude, when you done rose up, baby. You done did your thing. You on a plane and you done rose up to the highest altitude. You know, you gotta, if something happens, you gotta put the mask on yourself first, then help the other people. So you gotta make sure you're taking care of you first, then take care of them. But that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's a metaphor right there by itself. You got to take care of you. Type in the comments, I'm taking care of me. You the type of person that people will try to use. And that's why you feel like you've been pulled on all your life. That people were using you and misusing you for things. Because you spread yourself thin and they expect you to continue to do it. And when you say no, when you start to say no, they will start to downplay you. Like you're doing wrong, like you're not doing right by people. That you're mean and you're evil. They will start to call you all kinds of names because you're not giving them that love first. But once you start loving yourself, baby, it's a whole nother ball game. You're gonna start doing things different. Things will start to shift, and you will start to see the people around you changing. When I say changing, I mean this is gonna be a different group of people around you, because your real soul family gonna come in. You're gonna see the real people that truly love you, that really love themselves. See, that's why you see people, some of your enemies, some of the people that done did you wrong, those people at your workplace, the people at in your home, those that are in your family who have misused you, the way that they did you, you're gonna see that they never loved themselves. That's why they couldn't give themselves, that's why they couldn't give love to you for real, because they never loved who they are. They never loved you for real. They never loved themselves for real, like on the real. That's period. They never loved themselves for real. And see, this is the card that came out. What it says is don't turn back. Don't turn back. See, many of you are dealing with people that are trying to pull you back to them. They're pulling on your energy. They're pulling on you to bring you back, because they want you to go backwards. They don't want you to go ahead of them. They don't want you at that high altitude that that plane taking you to, that the most high is taking you to. But you gonna be on that high altitude. You best believe that, because you gonna love yourself. At the end of this video, you gonna know to love yourself for real. Because I'm telling you, they will try and make it seem like you're dirty, you're doing them wrong once you say no to them. Once you start loving yourself and really doing you, they're gonna make you think that you're doing wrong. But the real people, see, real recognize real, big gangster. Real recognize who you really are. They gonna know, like, okay, I know I had to love myself first, so I had to pull myself away from certain people. That's why they doing this. So, okay, I'm just going to wait it out, because I really do love them. And I know I love myself. See, you're going to start to see the real and recognize real. Your real soul family going to start to flock to you. And that's what Spirit is trying to do for you. He pulls people away from you. He actually causes them to count you out. He causes them to treat you and to neglect you. He allows that to happen so that you can move accordingly and get on the right path, baby. Get on the path that he's trying to put you on. It says stop doing so much. You can't do too much for these fools. You can't do too much for people that ain't doing for you. It ain't no equal give and take. It's just not like that. If it's not an equal give and take and they're not giving to you the way that you give it to them, you doing the wrong thing, baby. You ain't doing it right. You ain't doing it right. So you got to learn how to love who you are in order to get through that. Okay, in order to get to the next level, you gotta love you first. It's levels to this. Type in the comments, it's levels. It's levels. It's levels to this, and you are going to realize for yourself that anybody that never gave to you, anybody that never gave love to you, they don't love themselves, baby. They don't even love who they are. They look in the mirror every day like, damn, I wish I was the chosen one. Dang, I wish I was like them. Yet they wishing they was you. They ain't gonna tell you that, but I'm telling you, you gonna start to realize that these folks are gonna start looking at you a little different. Because I told y'all in the other video, this your yes season, and people are starting to look at you and be inspired by you. Even your enemies are inspired. They're gonna be looking at you a little different. You're going to get them little side eyes, but it's side eyes for a reason. And this is the reason why God says, look, I will make your enemies your footstool. I will make your enemies be at peace with you. Yes, I will lay a table before you in the presence of your enemies. And he's laying you right there so they can see you. So they can see everything that he's doing in your life. See, this is the rise and shine moment. This is your moment to shine. And you loving you is going to help them see that they got to love themselves. You're like the leading example. You have to lead by example. You're leading yourself. You're leading yourself through the help of the Most High. But you're also leading people that have even downplayed you. It gets deep, baby. It gets deep. It gets deep to the point to where, baby, they going to start to see that, baby, I should have always been on their team. This is exactly what Spirit been doing. That's why he had to cause you to turn away from these folks. It's not always a bad thing. You ain't got to cuss nobody. Y'all, you ain't got to do too much. Type in the comments, I ain't got to do too much. You ain't got to do too much. You just doing you, and you starting to love yourself. You starting to see things different. Spirit says, stop worrying. Don't be worrying about these folks. If they not worried about you, don't worry about them. Okay? Because half the time, like I said, they just want to pull from you. You start to feel your energy deteriorating, that things aren't right. Things are starting to feel different because you done start to communicate with certain people. You might have just been online and like their picture, like they post. You start to feel them pulling on your energy because all they needed was your reaction. All they needed was your reaction, but you going to react to you in this season. This is the time where you react to who you are. Like, dang, girl, you look good. Dang, dude, you looking fine as fuck. Like, for real, it's just, you gonna start to see yourself in a different light. And when you do that, people can see you in a different light. They can start to view you differently. It's kind of like manifesting, right? You're manifesting because you're looking at yourself and you're speaking those positive affirmations over your life. And when you begin to do that, baby, things just begin to flow with you. Those affirmations begin to come with you. It begins to follow. Because you leading by example. You the leader. Type in the comments, I'm the leader. And Spirit says, ain't no plan B. He says, there's no plan B. Baby, you A. You the one and not the two. You the plan A. When they try to go to plan B, they gonna wish it was you. When they try to pick somebody else for their job, they gonna wish you was there. When they try to get rid of you at their job, they gonna wish they would have kept you. They may not call you back because they ego. Yeah, they too selfish. They not going to do that. But in the back of their mind, they're going to be like, dang, I wish I would have kept the chosen one because they knew exactly what to do. Ain't no plan B when it comes to you. You're irreplaceable. Type in the comments, I'm irreplaceable. Shout out to the diva. Shout out to the diva Beyonce, okay? You're irreplaceable. Can't nobody do you like you. Can't nobody take that away from you and think they're going to replace you. It'll never happen. It'll never happen, my guy. For real. What they say? Pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you. Cause you, baby, that's you. You in love with yourself, baby. You loving you, you gonna be straight. It ain't no turnbacks. You already know once you start to love you, you gonna recognize real. Cause you that real one, baby. You the chosen one. See, you loving yourself and recognizing how you are is gonna make things shift. And that's when people have to follow your lead. They have to follow that. Okay, it's amazing how everything begins to shift when you begin to see you see your value. You begin to value yourself. You begin to look at yourself and be like, baby, God did that when he made me. You know what I'm saying? Like, baby, he did that. Baby, you took your time with me, baby. Take your time. What's the rush? Yes, honey. It wasn't no rush when it came to you. Like, let me take my pretty little time so I could make the chosen ones, honey. Because, see, you were made like that. That's how it was supposed to be. And, see, can't nobody stop what God already planned for your life. He made that. He predestined it, and he took his time with it. So anybody that's supposed to come along to try to pull you down and pull you off the game, to try to take you out of that high altitude, honey, baby, they in for a huge awakening. Okay, and they need to wake up. They do. You waking people up right now. That's what it is. You waking them up with that real tea. Like, that's tea, baby. That's tea. You better clock it, honey. You that real tea. They clocking you. That's all that is. They clocking you. They're like, look, let me go and get them their flowers while they still here, because you are that one. You're the person that people are seeing that, okay, that you didn't really let people take advantage of you. When you start to stand up for yourself and saying, you know what, I can be nice, but I ain't gotta be too nice, because see, they not doing me the same way. You're not being petty. That's not called being petty. It's just putting your energy where it belongs and taking your energy back from anything or place, any person, place, or thing that is taken from you, baby, and they ain't giving back. Baby, you ain't giving back, baby. I don't need that. We don't need that type of energy. Type in the comments, I don't need that. I don't need that. You need people around you that's gonna really, really celebrate you. And that's what I'm saying. This the type of energy you pulling in. People that's gonna really celebrate you. People that's gonna really be there for you. 222 on the clock. Type 222 in the comments. People that's really gonna reciprocate the same thing or even more to you. Why do you think billionaires and millionaires don't hang around none of that, that low level stuff? I ain't trying to call nobody brokey. I ain't trying to call them that, but you can't hang around those type of people because they not on that level. They can't do that. You got to be around the people that's real. The people that actually got something going for their life, that's really trying to accomplish some things. And that's what Spirit is doing in this season. He's really trying to get you on that, to get you to the point to where you really around the people that you supposed to be around. He's trying to put you on the right path. Because all this long, even the people you grew up around, the people you work with, they wasn't on your level. And you weren't supposed to, you probably was supposed to be around there for a little while just to see where you came from. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never forget where you came from. But now it's time for things to shift, honey. It's time for things to go the way that it should, the way that the Most High did. Because, baby, you a millionaire in the making. You a billionaire in the making, and that's what he wants you. Many of these people will say, baby, you ain't supposed to have all that money. You ain't supposed to be doing all this just to get that. You are meant to be that. This is in your DNA. This is in your bloodline. You're meant for royalty. You're meant to be around that. You're meant to be around it because that's who you are. That's who you're meant to be. That's why you feel like you're not supposed to be where you at right now. You're supposed to be better. You're supposed to be around people that's doing better for themselves. That really see themselves, moving up into that higher altitude to make the blessings flow. Like you the lender. What it says, you the lender and not the borrower. You can't be, you lended before, you borrowed before, but now it's time for you to lend. So he's trying to put you there so you can get to that point to where you own that royalty level where you're supposed to be. This is your calling. Most of y'all are called to be famous. Most of you are called to be billionaires. You're called to be millionaires. Why do you think some people are rich and some people are not? Because some of that is their calling. Some people got it the wrong way. Don't get me wrong. But yours is to be that person, to be rich, to be famous for what God is doing in your life. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make you that. And he wants you to know you can be nice, but don't be too nice. Don't spread yourself thin for the wrong people, because they ain't going to do it right. He's trying to put you with the right people. He's trying to put you with the billionaires, the millionaires, honey. He's trying to put you there. You like, for real. Like, get ready, because the change is coming, honey. You already know the change gonna come. Yeah, change gonna come. That's you. That's you, baby. Get ready. I'm trying to tell you. Remember, I am doing personals. My personal readings, everything you need to know is in the description bar below. Follow those instructions, okay? Follow the instructions. And then y'all know I'm doing the 2 for 10 questions. If you do the 2 for 10 questions, you get them done in 24 hours. And then it's through text. You're going to get it just like that. But it's text, but it's through a recorded video that comes through your text. Like, girl, we is tea right now. We tea right now. Yes, you need that tea. Hit your girl Diva up. I got you, baby. Okay? I love you guys so much. Peace and blessings. Mwah.